Let me take you back to a moment in U.S. business history. It's the year 2007, and one of the world's largest grocery chains is about to take the U.S. by storm. The company is Tesco, and they think that they've done their research. They've got billions of dollars to invest, and they believe that they've found the perfect strategy, a small format grocery store called Fresh and Easy, that they're going to bring to the United States. Now, fast forward to the year 2013, 6 years later, what happened? Have you seen any Tesco's around lately? No, you haven't. They were gone. $1.6 billion lost. And 6 years wasted. Tesco, one of the world's most dominant retailers, retreats from the United States with its tail between its legs. Now, Tesco's failure wasn't because they had a bad business model, at least not in a general sense. And they weren't alone in terms of business failures of this scale. In fact, estimates are that 50+% of foreign companies that try to enter the US market fail. And we aren't talking necessarily about inexperienced operators. We're talking about established businesses with good track records in their home territory. Why does this happen? So why do so many successful foreign businesses crash and burn in the US? And more importantly, how do the winners break through? Well, today I want to walk through a few of those stories with you. And I've been analyzing some of these, the failures and the successes, and some of the ones in between. And the truth is that the US market can be conquered, but of course it requires a different strategy and a different mindset. Tesco's mistake was that it misunderstood the American consumer. They assumed that their UK-style small grocery format would fit American shopping habits, but it didn't. Tesco thought that Americans would buy fresh, small portion meals more frequently. But Americans like to buy things in bulk. They load up for the week and they expect large parking lots and big wide aisles and warehouse-sized selections. Tesco's model did not adapt. It did not translate to success in the United States. And it cost them dearly. So what does this mean for companies outside the United States that want to enter the North American market? Well, it means that just because your business thrives elsewhere, whether it's Europe or Latin America, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, even if it's wildly successful, without adjustment, it's very unlikely that it's not going to struggle in the US market. I'll walk through one more example of a company of even bigger failure than Tesco in a service category that's more commoditized. I'm talking about DHL and its attempt to enter the United States market. DHL is a global shipping giant that is based out of Germany. And they thought that they could take on FedEx and UPS, the two big powerhouses in the US. So in 2003, they came to the United States and spent $10 billion trying to build out their delivery network. Now, FedEx and UPS had already established dominance in the market. They had better logistics and stronger customer loyalty and economies of scale that it turned out that DHL simply couldn't match. And 5 years later, in 2008, during the global financial crisis, DHL announced that it would be exiting the US market. And they laid off 9,500 employees, shut down all domestic operations, and focused solely on international shipping for the US customers. So how can foreign entrants make it in the US market? How to avoid these mistakes? Well, so again, these were established large companies, dominant elsewhere. But clearly, again, success in one market doesn't equate to success in another. The truth is there are many different reasons why companies can struggle, of course. Some will struggle with their supply networks, their distribution channels. Without local partnerships or the right acquisitions, logistics can become a nightmare. Another thing is that U.S. customers like and they trust well-established domestic brands, making it hard for foreign companies to gain market share quickly. So to compete with this, companies must invest with a strategic, data-driven approach in marketing and customer education to gain credibility and to build authority. And one example of a company that's been wildly successful in the US is IKEA, based out of Sweden, of course, which succeeded by gradually building their brand identity and creating a unique value proposition in the US furniture market. IKEA worked with McKinsey & Company and other advisors to revise its global expansion approach, including into the US market. They also collaborated with local market researchers within the United States to understand American shopping preferences. Eventually, of course, they built their own team of experts. But the truth is, no matter what sector of the economy you serve, whether you're a grocery chain, a furniture store, a delivery service, or an e-commerce brand, you need a market strategy that can prepare you for the US market. This means you'll need a good team that can help you outmaneuver domestic competitors. So be honest. If you didn't know the stories of Tesco and DHL, would you have guessed what their fate was in the US market? That these giant companies would fail? Even after being so dominant in their home markets? Probably not. But here's the hard truth. The United States plays by different rules. There's a lot of money to be made here, but because of that, the competition is relentless. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is no matter what industry you're in, whether it's retail, logistics, online e-commerce, SaaS, manufacturing, whatever it is, you need a fully developed strategy that gives you an edge in this market over domestic competitors that already have an advantage by being here. And that strategy should be put together by people with the expertise that you need. Now, of course, we believe that we at Trispo are the best team to help Latin brands establish themselves in the US, and there's a number of reasons for this. But one of the big ones is that we've launched over $1.7 billion in product sales on Amazon. And we've worked with brands of all sizes to go from next to nothing in revenue to competing with industry giants like L'Oreal. But the truth is, what you need to succeed in the US depends on your product, your model, and your market fit. Once we've had a chance to look at your company and your brand situation, we'll make sure that you get the specialized expertise you need to make the splash that you need to make your entry into the US market successful, no matter what that business is. So it could be e-commerce. You could need help with e-commerce, B2B distribution, fulfillment, and logistics, legal and regulatory compliance, accounting, tax structure, HR, real estate, operations, marketing, advertising, warehousing, or any other area of help. We've got you covered. Because if we don't have the in-house expertise, we have a network of people that do. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can make your entry into the US market a success with confidence and on your timeline, fill out our US Market Fit survey, and we'll assess where you stand and pinpoint exactly what you need to launch successfully. Then we'll connect you with the right team of experts, whether that's our team internally or among the people that are our trusted partners. We will set you up with that help that you need. Expanding the US market is difficult, but you don't have to do it alone, nor should you even try. Let's make sure you're set up for success starting today. See if you're ready for the US market. Ask us about our market fit test, and we look forward to working with you.